Hello, my lovely. So today I'm just gonna go through the freebie with you. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I'm just gonna show you how you can make the most of it. So this is perfect for you if you're trying to transition to a more intuitive way of eating and away from dieting. So you're gonna find a few different things here from what you used to, probably. So I call it the intuitive meal planner and the food mood tracker. The reason this is so important is sometimes we just on autopilot and eating things and doing things with our day without being mindful of it. So this planner will help you bring more attention, more awareness to your day, to your eating, to your habits. So it's a really good tool to help you, especially if you're struggling with binge eating, compulsive overeating, yeah, bulimia, anything food related. So let's go and have a look. So this is the little cover, and here you're gonna see a little meal planner. So here you're gonna fill out things I might want to make this week. Fill out up to 10 boxes, let your intuition guide you. The reason I put here only 10 boxes is I don't want this to be a diet, like something you have to follow. This is supposed to be flexible. And you're supposed to check in with yourself, like what you really want. And also, intuitive eating is all about adding nourishing foods in instead of cutting any foods out. So there is no such thing as forbidden foods. All foods are allowed. So I recommend you pick 10 squares. So I kind of like made my own here. So there's going to be all in blank for you. These are all just mine. I just want to show you how it works. And you're just gonna feel a feel of them. So if you have an idea, like what would you like to eat the following week? And yeah, try not to go more than 10 boxes and try to have like a, you know, fill out like different spaces. So we have like a couple of breakfast ideas, a couple of lunch ideas, some dinners ideas. Usually dinners are the ones we have to plan more. Just we just don't want to think about it when comes dinner time. So this is a good one to like add a few more, maybe a few snacks here, just play around with it. And this is something you can fill every week, like once a week. You can save this PDF and fill as you go. You can write in it or you can do like digitally here, like I'm doing. So once you've done this, you're gonna go to the shopping list. So the shopping list, you're gonna go back here to the meals you chose, let's say veg curry, and then you're gonna think about what kind of ingredients you need to make this happen. So you're gonna make a veg curry from scratch, and let's say I usually use chickpeas. So here I'm gonna put in the protein box chickpeas. I also use onions. I'm gonna put onions in here. So carrots are already in there. Let's think. So tomato sauce, maybe put here. Other coconut milk. I'm gonna put it here on fat. Coconut milk I usually use. Some spices I already have, so I don't need to get some more. So you're kind of gonna go through your recipe. Like I'm just adding things here that come in my mind because I make veg curry all the time. But if you have your own recipes or if you're planning to try new recipes, you just have the recipe in hand, just go through all the list and add in here. So here I put like the main ingredients, like the main groups that it's ideal for you to have in every meal, so you keep your blood sugar leveled and balanced, so you don't have like urge cravings and don't starve yourself, because one of the main reasons for binge eating is actually not eating enough. So if every meal you make sure you have enough fruit and veg and you have protein and you have carbs and healthy fats, then you have a balanced meal. So that's the idea of that. So we're just gonna go here, back here, let's say a veggie wrap. So veggie wrap, I usually use falafels, which I buy ready-made. So falafels, they are protein, veg protein, and wrap, put in here, carbs, hummus, chickpea as well. So we put in here. I'm just putting this like that. Can go here on others as well, but I'm just putting here. What else? Spinach. I usually put. So I need some spinach. yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like go in here thinking about this meal I'm trying to create. One of the things like I really like to approach when I'm preparing my meals is I first look into what needs eating, like especially the vegetables in my fridge, like what needs eating first. So of course I want to tune into my intuition and feel like what I really want to have. But for the sake of food waste, I also trying to have an agreement with myself between what I really want and what needs to go, what needs to be cooked. So that is something you can try as well. And like one of the things of the intuitive eating is not having any rules around food. But for me, one of the rules that really helped me, be intuitive and also look after my health is I try to add a handful of vegetables in every meal. So I always have this in my mind. Not always breakfast, but like lunch and dinner, I try to have like a handful of vegetables, 1, 2 handfuls of vegetables with my meal. So every time I'm cooking, I'm also thinking, I'm thinking about what kind of carbs I want to use, what kind of protein I want to use, and what kind of colors, what kind of vegetables can go in this meal that will still taste good. Yeah, so that's kind of what this is. You're gonna go through that. So I left some sections here in blank so you can fill out, if this is going to be your list, you're going to take this shopping with you, or you want to use just this one, so you can add your cleaning products, your personal care products, or your dog food, cat food, other things, baby food. There's like others here, you can add more things in here. You can add your play foods if you're just gonna have some fun and add some like pizza, chocolate. I put in here too. I just call it play foods because, as I mentioned, there are not such things as forbidden food, so we just call them a different name. And all foods are food, and that makes us crave a lot less when we detach those values to food. All foods are good foods. And what we're going to focus here is trying to add more nourishing foods to our plate, to our diet, instead of cutting anything out. So that is the foundation of it. So the next one is food and mood tracker. And this one, ideally, you should fill this out once a day. So if you're going to print them, you can print like 5 or 7 pages of the same page, so you can fill out by hand, or just save them, or all the pages of the same page, so you can fill out once a day. So let's say, today is the 28th of September. Here's the amount of water. Each drop is a glass, like 250 milliliters. So let's say I had about, you can mark like this, or you can put a number here, like, oh, I had four glasses, so I'm just gonna kind of track the amount of glasses I had today. Okay. And then here, you're gonna write down the time of your meal. So I already added my breakfast, place at home, cereal and fruits, your food, hunger level, before and after. So if you're not familiar with that, you can skip to the next page and have a quick look. But if you're already familiar with it, so I put in here number 4 before the meal, so I was hungry but not starving. And after the meal, 6, I was satisfied but not stuffed. How I was feeling tired because I had to wake up a little bit earlier than usual today. So if you're not sure what you're feeling, I put some other options here, the feelings, other emotions that can just help you connect to yourself and actually figure out how you're feeling this day. And there's the days of the week here as well, so you can kind of mark this one. So if there was a pen, it would be easier. Let's see. Yeah, kind of works. Yeah, this is this one, and the next one is the daily reflection. This is also should be done once a day, every day. So here, fill out my day today. So the date, self-care practice of the day, anything I did for myself. So walk in nature, I do that every day. I go for a little walk. But yeah, ideally all different things here. How I feel a bit restless today. Lots of things to do. Quality of my sleep, not very good, not enough. This is not very common. It actually happened today. And it's good for you, to show you as an example how sleep impacts on the way we eat and our food choices as well. And that is something you keep on track and you keep going back to it. And after you do that for a few days, you're going to see there's some patterns that you keep doing the same things. Like when you're tired, you tend to do like similar things every time. So that helps you prioritize your sleep and your rest and kind of like adjust your day. So that's why this is so cool and so important. And here you have urges, situations, and times of the meal. So this is for something very specific that happened on that day that you just want to keep on track of it. If there wasn't anything that day, just leave in blank. But if there was something you want to keep on track and keep observing, that is a good place to write down. So this didn't really happen, but I just wanted to write down here because that was something that used to happen to me a lot. I used to come like to the end of the day and just crave chocolate like crazy and wanting more coffee or yeah, like sweet cravings and completely uncontrollable. And yeah, I wrote this down here because that is something that I wanted to watch in this situation. So that's something that you can do too. Lessons and takeaways. So I figure out after a while that not sleeping well, not sleeping enough, and feeling tired was a trigger for me for binge eating. So I start paying more attention to my sleep and I start avoiding electronics before bed and trying to go to bed earlier. And then I had to figure out that I needed more than 8 hours sleep a day, like 5, 6 hours wasn't good enough for me, not enough hours, and I had to increase my hours. So this is all the things I have been learning about myself. So all these journals and all these sheets are all about self understanding, like learning about yourself so you can make the right adjustments and have a better relationship with food because that's what we all want. So here, if you're not very familiar with the intuitive eating, you just put like a little hunger scale, which can help you identify where you are on the hunger scale before you eat. So ideally, you should eat when you're hungry and stop when you're satisfied, which sounds quite obvious, but after dieting for so long, you probably lost track of your hunger signals. And this is something that diet culture teaches us to not listen to. Like if you're hungry, drink water. If you know, yeah, it's just like always trying to not feel your hunger. And intuitive eating is the exact opposite. That it actually teaches you to connect to your body and to actually understand how your body feels. So it's really common in the beginning for people to feel really lost here and actually don't feel any sensations, any feelings or anything. Some people they tend to graze a lot, like eat, small snacks throughout the day and they never feel hungry. So it's good to have a little break from that and actually wait until you're hungry to eat. And then when you feel like you had enough, you slow down, you really enjoy your meal, and you keep checking in with yourself, you stop halfway, you put your knife and fork down, and you really try to send a signal and ask your stomach to send you a number or what's going on in that. And that's when you're gonna start connecting better to your body. So this is something to print and live somewhere very easy for you to look at. Like every time you feel there's something going on with you, that you think you're hungry, maybe having a little headache, some people have like a rumbling in the stomach. So we experience hunger in different ways, and this is a really good way to start paying attention to how you experience hunger and how you experience fullness as well. And one of the very important things also we need to pay attention is trying to differentiate when we're feeling emotional hunger from physical hunger. And yeah, the physical hunger is physical, as I said, like you feel in your body, but the emotional hunger, you don't feel this hunger in the stomach. Like this is something else, this like an emotional reason. You're just feeling something uncomfortable and you're trying to make yourself feel better. So when you have these thoughts like I want food, it's really good to check in with yourself where this desire of eating is coming from. And if it's a physical hunger, you go back to the hunger scale and you look here and you see where you are. So if you're in between like 3 and 4, you're ready to eat, you're not too hungry, you're not starving, but you're fine, you're hungry. And when you're eating, you're trying to stop kind of halfway and check in, and you might be around 5 when you check like halfway, and then you think, well, I can have a bit more. And then you carry on eating, and maybe 6, 7, depending how you like to feel. You can stop here and wait until you get hunger again, so you can eat again. So this is basically it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're having any problems filling out or not sure how to do this, please let me know. And if you do, if you enjoyed, please let me know too. I'd love to know if this is something that is helping you. Thank you so much for downloading. It's my pleasure to support you into this journey, the food freedom journey, and I hope this is very helpful for you. Thank you so much. Take care, you all.